Hey folks, welcome back to another video of the Flutter Development course brought to you by Newton School. My name is Harsh Kumar Khatri and I am currently working as a Flutter developer at Deloitte, Sweden, and I have worked as an intern at Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and I have also interned at a firm named AppScript where I was working as a Flutter developer. I am also an educator and instructor on Udemy and Unacademy where my Flutter development courses have more than 40,000 plus enrollments, so you can check them out as well. Now talking about what Newton School is, so basically Newton School is a platform that helps you to learn and develop the skills that you need for your best tech career. There are courses specifically designed for freshers, working professionals and for women with no prior experience in tech. Newton School first trains you for 6 months and helps you become a full stack developer, and they are also having 300 plus great companies who hire directly from Newton School, so you don't have to worry about the placement. They are also having a pay after placement program where you don't have to pay anything to Newton School until and unless you are placed with a minimum CTC of 5 lakh rupees per annum. And they are also having another amazing initiative known as Launchpad where they are providing you with some of the courses for free of cost, so you can go through those courses, learn the things which are being taught and also get a certificate of completion for the same. So you can check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description, and I would definitely suggest you to do so. So in this video I am going to show you the implementation of another state management solution, and for this video we are going to work with RxDart, which is another package available for implementing the state management solution thing inside our Flutter application. So basically RxDart extends the functionality of the streams and sinks which I have shown you in the previous videos. So if you haven't checked them out, then you can check them out as well. So it is extending those capabilities and it is mostly working on the concept of them as well. So I'll be showing you the complete implementation of RxDart package, or to be specific I'll be showing you the implementation of state management with the help of this RxDart package. So let's directly jump into the code without wasting any more time. So herein you can see over here that I have switched the screen and I have opened the app which we have worked on in the previous video, which is basically the app where I have shown you the implementation of state management with the help of Edtech. So we have worked on this in the previous video. And in this video I am going to show you the implementation of the state management thing with the help of another package which we are having. So that is known as RxDart. So we'll be using that particular package and we'll be implementing the state management solution in this particular video. So let's start working on it. And before starting with the code, I need to go on Google and type RxDart. And I need to copy the code under the installing so that I can add that RxDart inside our Flutter project. Saving it, and the flutter pub command would be running over here. Until it is running, I'll be clearing this controller.dart file and we won't be having this and this as well, so removing them from our project. And until it is running, let's start working on the counter block.dart file. So until this is running, let's start working on our this controller.dart file. So at first I need to import the rx.dart package over here, and it is not showing me the package. I'll be clicking on this once again so that the flutter pub get command is running and we are getting a suggestion for rx.dart package. Until it is not running, I can add it by myself. Package rx dart slash, and this would be the file name would be rxdart dart, and now it is not showing us any error for the same. And I'll be creating a class with the name of counter block, and inside this class we'll be having another variable, or the very first variable with the name of initial count, and it will be having the value as 0. After that we'll be having another variable of type behavior subject which will be having the type of integer, and it could be a nullable variable. So we'll be having a behavior subject variable and it will be having a type as int. It would be a nullable variable and the name of it would be subject counter. Next we need to create a constructor for this counter block, so I'll be creating that as well. So counter block, and it will be having required, we'll be requiring this initial count from here, so I'll be specifying this and initial count, and after that we'll be setting the value of underscore subject counter inside this particular constructor. So it will be equal to new behavior subject, and dot seeded, and for the seed value we can pass this dot initial count over here. So the reason why we are having a behavior subject over here, because like with the help of this behavior subject we can pass the handlers as well, and we can use the current values and what are the values which are being emitted immediately after the value is being updated or after any update is taking place. So we can use that as well. So that's why I have specified a behavior dot seeded over here. And after this we'll be creating a value stream as well inside this particular class only. So let me create that as well. So value stream, it will be a kind of getter, and the data which will be passed, so that would be having a type as integer. So for getter I am adding a get, and the name of it would be counter observable, and it will be having underscore subject counter dot. So it's basically a stream, so stream, and I need to add a null checker so that like it's removing the error and like we are not getting any particular null values from that subject counter. Next I need to create some functions which are basically the increment, decrement and the reset function. So I'll be creating them as well, and we'll be increasing the value of this initial count by 1 inside it, and we'll be setting, or like we'll be adding the particular value which is being updated to the subject count sync, as we have created a stream already. So we need to add that value to the sync as well, so that these values are like obtained from the UI and are updated in the UI and are shown to the user as well on a dynamic basis from a stateless widget only. So I need to do that as well. So subject counter null check and dot sync, adding the value, and the value which I need to add is of the initial count. Similarly copying it, pasting it 2 more times, one for decrement where I'll be decreasing the value by 1, and one for reset where I'll be setting the value equals to 0, and the initial count would be like added over there only. Now the next thing which I'll be doing over here is I'll be creating a dispose which would be disposing of this behavior subject, so that like this subject counter, so that the memory is saved as soon as we are like closing the things inside our app. So void dispose, and we need to dispose of this underscore subject counter dot close. So closing that over here inside this dispose function which we are having. And now we need to go back to our main.dart file and implement the things over there as well. So initially, what's this? We don't need this. So initially when we were having the getX controller, so I replaced the material app with the get material app. Herein we don't need to do that. In the provider we were having the change notifier over here. So for this particular thing we don't need the change notifier or any other thing like that. So we can directly have the home page. And next thing which we need over here is that we need to replace this controller with this counter. I guess I'm making a typo. So counter block which we have created, and it would be having the name as underscore counter controller, or let me just change it to counter block, as that would be making much more sense. And I'll be removing this particular thing and will be setting the value of it to counter block. And as we have specified this as required, so initially I'll be passing the value as 0, which would be basically the initial count for our counter variable, and we'll be starting with this particular value only. Next we are having an app bar which would be same as we had previously. Next we are having is this body which is providing us an error because we have removed the get part, so I'll be deleting that, and I'll be coming towards the body part a bit later. Let me first complete the floating action button thing. So from the floating action button you can see over here that we are getting an error for this counter controller. So we have replaced the name of this to counter block. So I'll copy this and we'll be pasting it over here and here as well. And apart from that, now we need to create the body for this particular implementation of the RxDart thing. So at first what I need to add is, or what I can add is directly a stream builder, as we'll be getting a stream of data. So we need to like build the things from that stream only. And for the builder, what we can do is we can have a context and a snapshot. So this snapshot is basically a sync snapshot which we will be getting, and this will be having a data as integer. So hovering over it, you can see that it takes a build context and a snapshot. So I have replaced this builder as snapshot, and herein I can return the things. So rather than returning through an arrow function, I can add these curly braces, and herein I can add a return statement with the text widget being returned. And this text widget will be having a string being returned which will be saying data is $, and we can display the data from snapshot dot data, and most probably it should display us with the particular data whatever is being returned from there. So herein we have completed the implementation for our counter block as well, and for the main.dart file as well. So the only thing which is now remaining is that I need to stop the app once, and like I need to run the app, because until and unless we are not running the things, the implementation won't be completing, or like the correct implementation won't be taking place over there. So let me quickly launch this app, and I'll start the recording once again once the app has started running. So you can see over here that the app has started running. And one more thing like which I have noticed when the app was running is that inside this particular center widget which we are having, let me add some commas first so that the formatting could take place. So herein inside the center widget, you can see that we have a stream builder, and we have added a builder which will be used for displaying us with the data, but I haven't added any stream to which this particular app or this stream builder would be listening, through which we will be getting the data for our app. So I need to add that as well. And if we are not adding that over here, it won't be like updating the data dynamically, and like no change would be occurring in the UI as well. So for that I'll be adding a counter block, and from here we'll be having the counter observable which we have created inside this counter.dart file. So you can see over here that this counter observable, which is a getter, and this will be returning us with the stream of data which will be used by the stream builder for updating the UI on a dynamic basis. So herein you can see now when the reload has taken place, and now when I'll be clicking on this +1, you can see that the data is being updated dynamically. And let me show you the implementation after restarting as well, because earlier it was showing us with a null, and for now most probably it should provide us with an appropriate things over here. And now you can see that after the restart has completed, it is providing us with the data is 0, as the initial count was being passed as 0 as soon as we are like initializing this counter block. And when I'll be clicking on this +1 from here, it would be updating the value by 1, like adding 1 to the particular initial count value. When I'll be clicking on this -1, it would be decreasing the value by 1, and when I'll be clicking on this reset, it would be setting the value back to 0. So this was pretty much it for this video. To sum up, in this video I have shown you the implementation of the state management solution with the help of RxDart. So RxDart is another package which we use in Flutter for like implementing the stage management thing. And yeah, we have covered these things in this particular video. So if you got to learn something new from this video, then make sure to drop a like. Subscribe to the channel to get all the latest updates related to the Flutter development course videos which are being posted on every alternate day. And make sure to comment down below your thoughts, what you learned from this video, or what you would be loving to see in the upcoming videos. So I'll be making those videos as well. And apart from that, share this video with the people in your community. We have a playlist as well. You can check that out and share that as well with the people in your community who are keen to learn Flutter. And make sure to check out Newton School and Launchpad through the link given in the description. So they are doing amazing work. Make sure to give them a shot as well. And yeah, this was pretty much it for this video. I'll be seeing you in the next one.